What's up, guys? Today, we're not going to waste any time. You want to get a stronger bench press? I've got 3 tips for you. Let's hop into it. So today I'm going to go through 3 tips for you to build your bench press. And then at the end of the video, I'm also going to take you through a full chest and back workout and show you how you can implement all 3 of these tips into your training. So without wasting any time, let's hop into our first tip. So my first tip for you to increase your bench press, and especially if we're talking about just pure strength and acclimating your nervous system to heavier weights, is to do a ISO hold. And how you're going to do this is you're going to load up about 120% of your 1 rep max. And all you're going to do is you're going to unrack it and you're just going to hold. You're not going to try and move the weight. You're not going to try and bench press it. You're just going to load and hold for about 10 to 15 seconds, 120% of your 1 rep max. Say, for example, you can bench press 100 pounds for your 1 rep max. You load up 120 pounds on the bar, unrack it, keep your shoulders back, get set, and then just hold that weight for 10 to 15 seconds. And what this is doing is it's acclimating your nervous system to holding heavier weights, and it's going to help you get stronger over time. Now, typically what I would do is I would do this before a workout, especially before a strength-based bench press session. This is going to, again, acclimate your nervous system. It's going to make your body used to that weight, and it's going to make your working sets feel a little bit easier because your body is primed and your nervous system is used to those heavier weights. I'll show you this later in the video, but as far as implementing this into your program, I would do this no more than once a week. And I would also recommend that you have a spotter when you do this, because if you're loading 120% more than your 1 rep max, it's going to be hard for you to unrack that weight. So I would recommend using a spotter so you don't run into any issues there. One bonus tip that is going to make a huge difference, no matter how good your program is that you need to be eating enough protein in your diet to build muscle. If you're not eating enough protein and you're not recovering from workout to workout, it doesn't matter what we're doing in the gym to build muscle mass and get stronger. So eating things like chicken, beef, eggs, some dairy products, even using things like protein powders and protein bars into your diet to get enough protein. If you're looking for a great whey protein powder that has simple ingredients, no sugar added, and has 24 grams of protein per scoop, head over to fitgrindformula.com. You can check out our supplement brand and give our whey protein a shot. It's a great way to add as a snack, add as a shake, and just to use as an extension of your diet to help you get enough protein every day. So my second tip for you to build your bench press and get stronger on bench press is to use cluster sets. And this is a great way that, again, you can get used to using heavier weights and get more volume with heavier weights. So you can structure this a lot of different ways, but I'll give you one example. And again, like I said, you can structure this a lot of different ways. So typically, if you're going to do 3 sets of 6, it's going to be harder to lift 3 sets of 6 rather than clustering up into 2, 2, and 2. You're still going to get 6 reps, but if you cluster a weight that's heavier than you can lift 6 times, that you can only do twice, rack it up, take 15 to 20 seconds, come back, hit another 2, rack it up, take 15 to 20 seconds, unrack it, do another 2, that's still a cumulative of 6 reps. All those reps are just going to be at a heavier weight. And that's the whole idea behind cluster sets, is it allows you to use heavier weights, get more reps with those heavier weights, and again, is going to acclimate your nervous system to these heavier weights. Like I said, you can cluster these a lot of different ways. You can do single clusters, you can do double clusters, you can do triple clusters. But the idea is you're going to load up a little bit heavier weight than you could do for, say, 3 sets of 6. You're still going to get cumulative sets of 6, but you're just going to cluster them 2 at a time. Again, I would recommend that you have a spotter when you do this, because you are handling weights that are heavier than you're typically used to for reps. That way you just don't get into any issues there. My third and final tip for you to build your bench press is to increase the weights and lift in those heavy rep ranges even on your accessory movements. So doing bench presses with heavy weights, yes, that's going to help you build a stronger bench press. Also doing heavier weights and lower reps with your accessory work, things like dumbbell bench presses, dips, overhead presses, making sure that you're also balancing it out with heavy pulls like pull-ups and heavy rows. That's going to help you build strength even if it's not directly in your bench press. So when you're doing things like a bench press or a chest dip or an overhead press, make sure that you're still focusing on getting stronger from week to week. I would try to lift in that 6 to 8 rep range. And once you're able to hit a weight for 8 reps consistently, that's when you should up the weight and then try and get 6 reps and just slowly build it up. And if your goal is really to build strength, and that's one of your big goals, then I would do a lot of your accessory work in that 6 to 8 rep range. There's still even benefit to doing some isolation exercises like chest flies or tricep pushdowns or dumbbell lateral raises in that 6 to 8 rep range, as long as it's controlled and as long as we're not using a lot of momentum or sacrificing our form just to lift more weight. That's going to help you build strength. It's going to help you overload, and it will carry over into your bench press and help you build more strength on your bench press. So with that said, we're going to hop into a chest and back workout. I'll do a voiceover of the workout and show you how you can implement these 3 tips into your workouts to keep building your bench press. So the first thing to start off with in this workout is a warm-up. I've gone through a full dynamic warm-up before this, and then also doing acclimation and warm-up sets. So started off with the bar, which I didn't record, shown here, warm-up set with 135. You'll see here in a second I'll do 225. So especially when you're going heavy and you're trying to overload, you want to make sure that you're giving your body a second to warm up, muscularly, but also neurologically too. So you're giving your nervous system a second to warm up, and those weights that you're hitting are going to feel a little bit easier. They're going to move a little better. So first thing that I'm starting off with here is the iso hold. So I loaded up 120% of my 1 rep max, which worked out to be about 355. I'm going off of like a 295 to 300 1 rep max right now, and just holding it for 10 to 15 seconds and just acclimating your body to holding that weight. After that, going into cluster sets. So like I was talking about earlier in the video, this is a great way that you can structure some really heavy strength work and get more volume and more reps at a higher amount of weight. So normally this is not a weight that I could hit for 6 consecutive reps for 3 sets. So I started off with 255, hit it for 2, and then you can see here I take at least 20 seconds, give myself a second, come back and I'll hit another 2 reps. You take 15 to 20 more seconds of rest, come back and you hit another 2 reps. And you're still going to get 6 total reps, but like I said, you're getting more reps at a higher weight, and it's just a great way to improve overall strength, especially if that's something that you're really trying to prioritize in your program, is to build strength. This is a great thing that you can do. So my first set, I did 255 for my clusters. My second set, I did 265 for my clusters. And then my last set, I did 275. So you could stick with the same weight all 3 sets, or you could pyramid like I did. That's kind of up to you. That's typically how I like to do it. But again, clusters are a great thing that you can add into your training. You don't always want to do them, but they're a great little spice that you can add in that's going to help. So like I said earlier, make sure that your accessory stuff, you're also trying to overload and get stronger. So the next superset that I did was an incline dumbbell bench press with a pull-up. So with these, I was going anywhere from 6 to 8 reps, trying to lift heavy weights. So I was working with 100-pound dumbbells on the incline. And like I said, just trying to focus on getting stronger. Once you start to be able to hit 8 reps on this, then that's when you start to increase the weight and try to stay between that 6 to 8 rep range. And then I supersetted it with really wide grip pull-ups. So almost as wide as I could go. It's going to take a lot of biceps out of it, and it's really going to help just your lats work, which is a great way that you can overload and just make regular pull-ups a little bit harder. So definitely a good addition there. My next superset, I did a single arm machine row. If you don't have this setup, you can always do a cable row. You can do a dumbbell row, whatever you have access to. But again, stick in between that 6 to 8 rep range on these, working each arm independently at a time. And I really just focus on setting my shoulder, getting my elbows back, and then supersetting it with a cable chest fly. Again, like I said, with your isolation work, you can still see awesome benefit to lifting heavy and staying between that 6 to 8 rep range. On flies, I typically will go more closer to that like 8 to 10 rep range, but you still want to keep getting stronger. So you don't want to lift the same weight today that you're lifting 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. There has to be some sort of progression in order for you to get stronger, in order to build muscle, and in order to see the body composition changes that you're looking to see. So pretty low volume workout today, so not a ton of different exercises. I did some core after this, but this is a great strength-based chest and back workout that you can go through that is going to help you build strength on your bench press. It's going to help you build overall strength in your upper body, and it's something that you can add into your workout. So if you guys have any comments or questions, please let me know down below. I would love to help out any way that I can. If you like the video, find anything helpful, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you have not done so. And like I said, if you're looking for a great whey protein powder, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you already take protein powder. Go check out my supplement line. I'll leave the link in the comments in the description below. Head over to fitgrindformula.com. So Go check out these videos on the screen here next, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one.